Hello and welcome to South First. I'm Anusha Ravi Sood and you're watching State of Play, our daily roundup of all things politics, policy, and human interest. This is a playbook that plays out ahead of every election, irrespective of the state. This is the BJP's go to. Organizing religious conferences where political statements are made, picking up an instance and attempting to communalize it with the intent of mobilizing Hindu vote. On Sunday, there was a Murugan devotees conference that was held in Tamil Nadu amid much protest, not just by the incumbent DMK but also civil society. In fact, a petition was filed in the Madras High Court requesting that permission be denied. Despite the court's observations that no political statements should be made at the event, even as the court allowed for the event to proceed. The court did make observations about the worrying trend of mixing religion with politics. Nonetheless, permission was given, but with restrictions that political statements should not be made. But what happened on Sunday? On the dais were leaders not just of a far right wing organization like Hindu Munnani were present, but also the Deputy Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Pawan Kalyan, who wants to portray himself as the Andhra Pradesh Hindu Hriday Samrat. And the BJP's leadership in Tamil Nadu, right from its former president, K. Annamalai, who took a Del Yatra to establish the idea of BJP Tamil Nadu as taking up the cause of Hindus as an identity in Tamil Nadu, and the incumbent state president of Tamil Nadu unit, Nayanar Nagender, former governor of Telangana and a very prominent leader now of the BJP in Tamil Nadu, Tamilisai Soundararajan, and Union Minister L. Murugan. These were the political heavyweights who were present at what was supposed to be a religious conference. In absolute violation of the High Court's orders that no political statements should be made, the Sunday gathering in Madurai of Murugan devotees that saw so many political heavyweights passed even resolutions other than the, of course, communally charged speeches, especially those delivered by Pawan Kalyan in his inimitable movie style. Once again, just as he did right after the Tirupati Laddu alleged adulteration row in Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh, he repeated his entire act of being the pole bearer of Hindu identity, the protector of Hinduism. At a religious event where no political statements were supposed to be made, these were the resolutions that were passed, and some of them are extremely important and have been made with a very, very long sightedness, especially in the run up to Tamil Nadu Assembly elections in 2026. Here are the resolutions that were passed. Lighting of the traditional Kartikai Deepam atop the Thiruparankuntram hill. Why Thiruparankuntram hill? I will come back to it in just a bit. Commending Prime Minister Narendra Modi's response to the Pahalgam terror attack. Demanding protection of Murugan associated hills, declaring them as belonging to Kumara. This is also another controversial resolution. I will explain in a minute why. Calling for the withdrawal of the Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowments Department from temple administration. This has been a long standing demand of the BJP and the right wing in Tamil Nadu that temples should not be administered by the government. Temples should be allowed, should be freed of government interference, is what they insist, and should be handed over to believers, to devotees, to administer them, to run them. Last but not the least, encouraging devotees to sing. Oh, beg your pardon, there's one more point. Encouraging devotees to sing the Kanda Sashti Kavasam collectively on the day of Sashti. But the more important component of the last point, urging Hindu unity during elections to establish the strength of the Hindu vote. Nothing can be more political than this statement in what was supposed to be a religious conference. Now comes to the question of why. Why is the BJP suddenly showing so much interest in organizing religious conferences, although it was the Hindu Munnani that was the organizer? Clearly, because this seems to be the BJP's idea to counter the DMK's Dravidian ideology or the Dravidian identity politics. While DMK insists that DMK plays on Tamil pride, insisting that its politics is to safeguard the Tamil identity, Tamil culture, Tamil heritage as DMK attacks the union government led by the BJP on every single aspect, including the very recent transfer of a very popular archaeologist, Amarnath, who was instrumental in unearthing or rather leading the excavations at Kiladi, which Tamil Nadu believes can provide clues into the history of its heritage, of its culture, of its identity. So while the DMK insists on it being the protector of Tamil identity, the BJP in Tamil Nadu has circumvented and has insisted that it is going to fight for not a Tamil identity, but a Hindu Tamil identity. And at the forefront of its campaign, of its strategy, is Muruga, Kumara, otherwise who is known more popularly as Tamil Kadavul Murugan, the Lord of Tamil. Two components of these resolutions. One, lighting of the traditional Kartigai Deepam atop the Thiruparankuntram hill and demanding protection for Murugan associated hills, declaring them all as belonging to Kumara, are extremely problematic and perhaps stem from a very recent controversy. Earlier this year, there were communal tensions that were witnessed after Muslim and Hindu groups sparred over traditional practices at Thiruparankuntram, which is a holy place, a place of pilgrimage for both Hindus and Muslims. The hilltop is home to both the extremely popular Arulmiga Subramanya Swami temple as well as the extremely popular Sultan Sikandar Awliya Dargah, which means that this hill has been of a syncretic nature for a very long time, has seen communal harmony, has seen people from different religions come together to offer prayers in their respective places of worship. But earlier this year, a huge row was kicked up after a traditional decades old practice of animal sacrifice at the Dargah was being opposed to by several Hindu organizations, especially Hindu Munnani, who insisted that it was sacrilege considering the hills were the holy abode of Lord Muruga. Several Tamil researchers, scholars insist, first of all, the origins of Lord Muruga itself is contested, while a section believes that Muruga is also a Vedic god. Several Tamil scholars who have done wonderful deep dive studies into Tamil literature, into oral traditions in Tamil, insist that Muruga is a pre-Vedic deity, a local deity revered, seen as a cultural icon, a hero of Tamil culture, folklore, and identity, and predates the Vedic period. Several of these scholars who have raised questions over the association of Muruga with the Vedic culture, the Vedic tradition, insist that Muruga, much like a lot of local deities, revered heroes, folklore heroes, icons of cultural identity, local pride, or local tribes, like pagan gods, like tribal gods, has been appropriated by the Vedic culture to make the spread of Sanatana more convenient. Of course, there is a counter argument to it, there's an argument to it, but that entire discussion is for another day. Here, when the entire row over animal sacrifice in Thirupananthapuram broke up, finally the Madras High Court's Madurai bench stepped in and said the hill belongs to everybody. No one community, no one person can claim the hill as their own. And this new resolution passed in Sunday's Muruga Devotees Conference is in direct conflict with what the Madras High Court has said about this entire row, that one community cannot claim the hillock since it is a place of worship for multiple communities. It is a place of syncretic relationship. My colleague Subhash had actually done a deep dive into the food preferences of Murugan right after the Hindu Munnani spoke about how Muruga, being a vegetarian god and animal sacrifice on a hill that has his abode, is sacrilege. We did a deep dive into Tamil literature, into a treasure trove of literary resources in Tamil that speak specifically about Lord Muruga and the kind of offerings offered to him. I insist that you read that article on South First, Is Muruga Really a Vegetarian God? That will probably put this entire issue to rest at once. Nonetheless, coming back to what happened during the Muruga Devotees Conference in Madurai, organized by the Hindu Munnani and the BJP, There was no dearth of political statements, clearly indicating that this is probably one of the first events in a line, in a seamless structure that is going to have multiple events like this in the run up to Tamil Nadu Assembly election. The BJP very clearly making it public what its primary strategy will be heading into polls in Tamil Nadu in 2026 to take on the DMK's Tamil Pride pitch. Interesting choice of a guest for BJP was definitely Pawan Kalyan. Pawan Kalyan, who went on uh, a Diksha, who took a Diksha right after the entire Tirupati Laddu row, which is still under investigation. And the lab report, the courts have actually slammed political leaders for making reckless statements and sensationalizing an issue that is extremely sensitive and has the potential to hurt religious sentiments. Nonetheless, Pawan Kalyan went on a whirlwind, taking a Diksha, went to Tirupati. He held a huge public rally in Tirupati where he established, or rather attempted to establish himself as the number one Hindu leader of Andhra Pradesh. Although he's not a BJP leader, he's the chief of Janasena party, and the Janasena is part of the NDA-led, TDP-led NDA government in Andhra Pradesh. Now, Pawan Kalyan, who went on this whirlwind uh, presentation or cementing of his position as the Hindu Hriday Samrat, has toned down that rhetoric in Andhra Pradesh, where his chief minister, Chandrababu Naidu, the chief of the TDP, is very clear that his focus is going to be on infrastructure development, in ensuring development of the state on the economic front. Also for the TDP, the minority vote is extremely important. So anytime this Hindu versus Muslim rhetoric is played up, it can politically affect the TDP adversely. And Pawan Kalyan, it seems, has been told about this, and he has now toned down this rhetoric in Andhra Pradesh, but he has no problem exporting this rhetoric to poll-bound Tamil Nadu. What made Pawan Kalyan's speech at the event in Tamil Nadu on Sunday was not just his repeated invocation of Lord Muruga being his guide, having helped him, etc., but comparison of one religion with another religion and raising political questions over choice of religion. To quote Pawan Kalyan, he says, during that event, during his speech, he says, one political party leader asked, why don't you conduct Murugan conference in Uttar Pradesh? Who are they to mock the faith of others? Who are they to insult Lord Murugan? Can they speak this way about a religion that came from Arabia? Clearly, the reference is to Islam. He continues, it's fine if you don't respect my religion, but don't insult it. A Christian can live as a Christian, a Muslim can live as a Muslim, but when a Hindu chooses to live as a Hindu, some people seem to have a problem. These are the same lines Pawan Kalyan has repeated during multiple speeches. These lines are a constant in his speech. And ironically, he was saying this, that Hindus are not being allowed to be Hindus, at a Hindu devotees conference. Nonetheless, the rhetoric was well accepted by people who had gathered there, primarily people belonging to the Hindu community who had gathered there for the Murugan conference, who were called and invited through WhatsApp chats, through several mass messaging groups, channels, to come be part of this event. Without doubt, several events like this are expected to be held in the run up to Tamil Nadu election. But will the Election Commission of India, much closer to the election, of course, take note of religion being used as a tool for political manipulation is something we'll all have to wait and watch. In the meanwhile, the DMK, of course, has taken offense to the BJP organizing, or rather BJP, its allies and its supporting organizations, organizing religious events and making political commentary in the garb of religious events. It is to be seen how far this rhetoric will go, and will it really expand to more than the BJP's already core vote base. Until I come back to you with yet another episode of State of Play, do stay tuned to South First. Thank you so much for watching.